to dump out the water first, Mom?
So our church had some pallets they were willing to give us so we can create our own compost bins. We've just been piling the compost up on the ground, and so now I'm just getting some zip ties. We can tie these things together and make a little compost unit.
What was that?
Sano. Oh no.
It sounded like a cat.
Apparently I needed 4 zip ties just to get the corner to lock together, so I'll probably just do the tops and leave the bottoms unbound, and that should hold it together. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, leave her alone. Stop bullying. Don't bite me. You got grass in your mouth. You can't do. Get it. Stop.
Now the concept here is when we get to the point where the compost is aged enough, we're ready to put it out on the garden, we can just cut one of these zip ties off, open it up, and then scoop that compost out and pour it on the garden. As I say this though, it looks like our box is going to be a little short. I don't know if one of our pallets were a little bit shorter than the other one. It looks like we're going to be a little short down there, so this might be able to open up even without me zip tying that corner at all. I guess we'll see. Hopefully with time it doesn't break apart. And so I'm not an expert with compost by any means, but I do know a little bit. I know you need your green and your carbon. And so the concept, the way that I understand it, for any of you that are brand new to compost, just to get your appetite whet a little bit, maybe you'll be interested in reading some more resources on it and doing it yourself after you hear my brief explanation. But the way that I understand it is you have your greens and you have your carbon. So you have your things like wood chips, dead grass, all your plant matter from inside, like your scrap, well, even eggshells, those aren't plant matter, but your scrap greens, extra lettuce, things like that. You gather these things together and you put them in your compost bin. Now you add water, and daily as you're adding your contents, adding your scraps from your kitchen scraps to the pile, adding your dead grass to the pile, adding your spent straw, spent hay, wood chips to the pile, you add water and you turn it. So for us, we just got a pitchfork, garden fork, like this one right here, and we turn the compost. So all that really means is that the stuff that was on the bottom, you want to try to scoop it, raise it up to the top, and get things mixed up in there. Add water and let nature do its work. Now the way I understand this, you're supposed to feed it, and when you have got your bin full, or however full you want it to be, you stop feeding it. You start another pile, leave that one sit for 6 months. After 6 months, you should have fresh, black gold, nice soil that you can mix into your garden, mix back into your lawn if that's where you want to put it. It's free fertilizer. You know, stuff you would have sent off to the landfill, keep it on your property, let it rebuild your own land's value, your own land's organic content. In the context of replenishing, rebuilding the earth, I'll stick to that topic here and talk a little bit. So some of you have asked, when are we gonna quit having kids? You know, you guys have 6 now. Some of you have been harping us since 4, maybe 3, maybe 2. When are we gonna quit? So I'm not going to call any of you out. You know who you are. You know if you've been a naysayer to us in the past. But here's the thing. We don't need your influence. Yes, we know what causes this. We got it under control. So we read this book, and this was even after we had already had 4 children. We read this book, and I believe the title was called Quiver. So if you haven't read it, you should check it out. I mean, it's got a lot of good information in there, especially if you're already on this path and you're having the same problem with people just telling you, hey, you need to go have an operation, get this taken care of, take control of yourself, of your body, of your life. You should check out Quiver. So to actually answer the question, how many, when are we done, what are we doing? The answer is, we don't know. Now I'd love to be able to tell you that my answer to that question is as many as God would have us to have. But the truth is, for us, this is a daily decision, a daily journey, just like salvation. It's not a prayer I said when I was 8 years old. It's not the baptism I had when I was a kid. Daily, I have to wake up, make a decision to put down my desires, pick up my cross, and follow Christ. Fertility is much the same for us. We have not been able to say a one-time, one-size answer to say, hey, however many children God wants to give us, that's how many we'll have. Instead, for us, it's a daily decision to say, I'm giving my fertility to God. I'm not going to try to take this into my own hands. I'm going to let Him decide the number. It's a daily choice, because at any point, if I tried to make a one-time statement to you right now, I cannot guarantee that in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 9 months, 12 months, that we won't all of a sudden go back to our own scared ways and try to take that decision back in our own hands. Because here's the thing, guys. We've had 5 miscarriages. So we have 6 children out there, but we've had 5 miscarriages. So that kind of puts fear in your heart. And, Corrie ten Boom, probably paraphrasing, she said, worry does not remove tomorrow's troubles, but it does remove today's strength. That's paraphrasing. So we are afraid. We do have days where we're afraid to have another kid, to get pregnant again, to go through labor, to maybe have another loss. So, in my heart though, I don't want to let fear control us. I don't want to let fear control me. I want to daily make the determination, the decision not to get the reins back into my hands. I don't need medication. I don't need a surgery. I just need to give my life to God and let Him decide. And I'll be happy with the results. I'll be happy with the sacrifice, with the results that we get from this. So for those of you out there who say, how many? You've been asking us, how many? When are we going to stop? This and that. We don't know. We don't know how many. We're going to see. I don't want to put a number to it. When we got together, we said 4. And then 4 became 7. And now 7 became 10. And, I don't know. I don't want to put a number to it. We keep putting a number to it. We keep moving the number anyway. I think that's a sign that God's given us a heart for children, which everyone should have a heart for children. So the next steps for us is, daily we have to make that determination. But we also need a 15-passenger van. So I'm going to be on the lookout, because if I'm going to have this many children, I'm going to need a place to put them all in when we're driving. We've made the mistake before of just buying another van, another car with another seat. And then a year later, we had to buy another car with another seat. And then a year later, or 2 years later, another car with another seat. We've done that, I don't know, 2 or 3 times now. This last van we just bought, we had 5 children. We had 7 seats in the car. So we sold that car and bought a car with 8 seats. I think when we were pregnant with child number 6. And yeah, it's, I just need to go find a 15 passenger so that I have room for all these blessings that God sends our way as we are attempting to live a quiverful life. That's it for today, guys. That's all I have. It's a short blog about composting and personally about our decision to give daily decision to give our fertility to God. Let Him decide how many children we have. Again, that book is called Quiverful. If you haven't checked it out and you're interested in any of this type of thing, I definitely encourage you to do so. Peace. Till next time.